few processes that we're going to talk about, and Ryan's going to start with this root of horseradish here. Basically, peel this horseradish and chop it up, and we're going to make an oil from it, and blend it with some grapeseed oil until it's like a fine paste. Hang it in some cheesecloth or some muslin cloth in a sieve, and the oil will drop through. And as it, you need to give it a few minutes to settle, and as it settles, you'll skim the oil off and leave the water, that's the juice from the horseradish, behind. We do the same process. We blend the horseradish with the oil, and then we distill it in a rotary evaporator. Basically, all it does is it evaporates the moisture off the oil at a low temperature. So we can boil things at as low as 18 degrees, and that allows us to retain their rawness and their vitamins and their colour. It goes a little bit cloudy. To let it settle, you'll see a little bit of moisture, and you must be sure not to have any moisture in the oil, otherwise when you add it to this second component, it will definitely spoil it. You don't need a lot of oil, and it's very strong. We'll mix this oil with some maltodextrin, which is a extract from tapioca. And can you see that, you guys? I don't know. There's no mirror. So yeah, so we're just going to add a little bit of oil there, and what you need to do at the start is basically just work it into a paste like that, and then I add a little bit more and a little bit more until I have the right texture. Probably takes about 5 or 10 minutes to complete this task. So I might get. The other components are puffed rice. It's basically I take some jasmine rice and put it in a pot with cold water, bring it to the boil and basically overcook it. It will start to break down, you'll see, and that's the moment when you need to take it out. You strain it, or possibly you can spread it out on a tray and put it into a warm oven at about 40 degrees, 50 degrees. Yeah, and it will take about probably about 4 hours. Another component in the base component is just some egg white, and all you need to do to make this is to boil some eggs, hard boiled, 10 minutes, and then use the yolks for a different job and just chop the whites. I have some freeze-dried coconut. We have some barberries here. Just soak these in a little bit of water to help them plump up and become soft. We have a little bit of, this is trout roe. Salmon roe is an excellent substitute as well. It's a little bit bigger. And then we also we have the crab meat. Can you see that? The crab meat. We have a little bit of leek ash, which is actually in the dehydrator. So basically, we just take a leek and split it down the middle. We just take these out, and this is the only part that we'll use. So you need this sweet tender part, and you just lay them out on a char grill with no oil, just absolutely dry, and slowly grill them until they start to char a little bit. After they come out of the bowl, we just mix them with a little bit of squid ink and a little bit of salt, and that's all. Then we put them into a dehydrator or into your oven to dry at 50 degrees, and they're going to take about 24 hours. Ryan's just adding some rice here, and the oil is nice and hot, and it puffs straight away. If you put the rice in and it just sits there and doesn't do anything, you just need to let the oil get a little bit hotter. I'd say at about 180 would be about the right temperature. It is. Yeah, Rice Krispies. So there's also a verjuice which is frozen. We have a whitloaf here, so we're just going to get a plate. So we're just going to put the egg whites. You guys can see that. Yep. So the egg whites down first, with a little bit of lemon, a little bit of grapeseed. Too much salt to it, it will be lost. So we just put a little bit of crab on here next, like that. Next we put some barberries, and these are adding a little sourness as well. A little bit of freeze-dried coconut, some trout roe. We have some puffed rice. This is the frozen verjuice. So we just put the horseradish snow on, and just spread it evenly like that. And there we have snow crab.